Hi, I'm JB from Apex Construction Management. My voice is different. It's actually a speech defect. I was born almost totally deaf. And so I had to go through several years of training in speech therapy, extensive, exhaustive speech therapy, to learn how to use the right muscles to pronounce the correct words and sounds. Because I can't really hear what I'm saying. So with all of that speech therapy, I came out of there with basically a speech defect, but I just tell everybody it's an accent. Most people accuse me of being from Germany. I agree with them and I use it to as a joke. But the hearing defect and the hearing problems really shaped my life. It's made me what it is today. Growing up when I did, if you had a problem or an issue or a speech defect or some sort of a physical problem, you were considered a defect. People hassled you, they bullied you, and so we grew up in that environment, and somehow I survived that. But going back now, I probably wouldn't change anything because that made me a stronger person today. So yeah, I'm almost totally deaf from birth, and I have to read lips in order to do business with people today. And I have more hearing devices for telephones than anybody I know. And right now I have 2 amplifiers in a row, and I have to have them both turned on high in order to be able to use a telephone. I have a special headset that I wear. But in person, the hearing problem is a real benefit, because when I'm with you and I'm talking to you about your project, I'm actually paying attention to what you're saying. And the reason is I have to pay attention to what you're saying because I have to read lips. And I think clients enjoy that. I think they sense that as somebody that really cares about them, somebody that's really listening to them. And it's true. I do care about the clients, and I do listen to them. And I try to take to heart not only what they're saying, but what they're feeling and what they're thinking. So the hearing problem, while it's been a problem, I have some benefits that have come from that. And one of the benefits is I have this unique perception that allows me to kind of read a person and understand what they're really saying and really thinking, probably better than anybody else around me. The body language is a lot of my communications. The interesting thing about the hearing defect with clients, though, is that if they have something they don't want me to hear, one spouse can look to the other spouse and cover their mouth and say something that I don't want to hear. They do that just to rattle my chain. One of the first things that became apparent to me was when the Vietnam War was going on. I tried to sign up. I always wanted to be a pilot. I went down and they sent me off for a physical, and they called me back in and said, "You have just been classified as 4F, undesirable under any circumstances." Well, if that isn't a way to cap off an 18-year-old man's life who's lived with a handicap all his life, I don't know what other way to do it. So I thought about that for a while, and a few years later I rigged up a special hearing setup, and I went for an airplane ride, and I liked it. So over a 30-year period, I became a commercial pilot, single-engine, multi-engine pilot, seaplane pilot, flight instructor, did some aerobatics, won Top Gun in a local pilot competition, and in 2012 the FAA named me Certified Flight Instructor of the Year for the state of Minnesota. So the point is, everyone has obstacles that they must overcome. You have to decide, are you going to overcome those obstacles, or are you going to let the obstacles beat you down? I have decided to overcome those obstacles.